Well, you know, in the courses and the work that I do, I've been so fortunate to be able to take my love of poetry into a lot of different venues, from places like the Osher Institute to high school classrooms to Move On, all sorts of places that I've done. I've been able to do this wonderful poetry work that I love so much. And one of the things that I tell people sometimes, kind of a funny way to say it, but I say that, you know, my love of poetry is an adult onset condition, an adult onset condition. And it is absolutely true, because I was well into my adult years before I absolutely was enthralled, before I was pulled into poetry in a very deep way. And I tell the story sometimes because it's still one of my favorite poems, and this is one of the first poems I ever heard that just grabbed me and pulled me in. And this was many, many years ago, 15 plus years ago, and I happened to hear these words spoken by the great British poet and poetry lecturer, David Whyte. And of course, for those of you who've heard him, he's got an amazing talent, and his voice is just incredible. And I happened to walk in a little bit late into a poetry event that he was doing, again, many years ago in Nevada City, in this beautiful old stone historic building. And there was a roaring fireplace, as I recall, and the lights were down, and I had gotten caught in traffic coming from the Bay Area and just was sort of rushing and sort of rushed in the door. And I rushed in right at one of those amazing pregnant pauses that David Whyte does, which is so skillful. But it made me feel sort of self-conscious, because I walked in the door and there was this like silence, and there he stood on the stage. But very quickly, he said a few words by the great poet William Carlos Williams. And these were the words. There have been many, 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 many others that have jumped into my heart since then, but these were some of the first words that were stunning to me. William Carlos Williams said it like this. He said, "My heart rouses. My heart rouses, thinking to bring you news of something that concerns you, that concerns many men, many women. Look at what passes for the new. Look at what passes for the new. You will not find it there, but in the old despised poems. It is hard to get the news from poems. It is hard to get the news from poems. Yet men die miserably, yet women die miserably every day, for the lack of what is found there." I've said those words maybe thousands of times, and I still find them stunning. I found them stunning all those years ago, and I still find them absolutely amazing. Thanks for listening. Until next time, and next poem.